I was hoping to see in the address a clear strategy to deal with the problem of youth unemployment, because that is a major challenge that we are confronted with in this country.
You didn't hear at all, or you didn't hear enough?
I use the word comprehensive strategy.
Okay.
I heard things about 1D, 1F, implementation and where it had reached. But clearly, we're all in this country. I am in Parliament, and I see the loan, or what do you call it, the tax exemptions for 1D, 1F. Many of them are existing factories. Many of them are existing factories.
But
yes.
A dying factory revived, better than allowing it to die.
If it is a dying factory, but many of them are not dying factories. Many of them are not dying factories. But the understanding behind the policy when it was announced was to establish new factories, to add to existing factories.
All right.
And to establish the factories in places that didn't have factories. That was the understanding. Not to now go and take existing factories and start also giving them the same incentives as you are giving to those that you are encouraging to establish in areas where ordinary people will not have.
So he spoke about.
That's why it was one district, one factory. Which
he spoke about the
district.
area of agriculture, yes, and said that they were using new technology to attract more young people into agriculture, and he gave us numbers of how they are getting the youth into that. Then when it came to the one district, one factory, he also stated the fact that they are using a strategy that is bringing a lot of youth in it. He says that out of a total of 278 1D, 1F projects at various stages of implementation in all the 16 regions, 106 factories are currently operational, 148 are under construction, while 24 projects are at mobilization stages. In order to bring the youth on board the 1D, 1F program, 58 out of the 278 1D, 1F projects have been developed as enterprises fully owned by youth groups with direct government support. Each of the 1D, 1F youth companies are owned by between 40 and 50 youth as shareholders. And he went on to talk about how they are also providing support in the agric industry by providing common user facilities to attract a lot more youth to come in there. So that's jobs.
When you have your public and private universities on an annual basis, graduating about 100,000 young people per annum, you are telling me 40, 50 youth. You have created jobs for 40, 50 youth, and you think that that addresses your problem where annually your universities are graduating close to 100,000 youth. That's the scale of the problem. I'm talking about the scale, how comprehensive it is. It isn't that nothing is being done. What are the figures relative to the gravity of the problem? And that is what I didn't see properly addressed. So, you can come and address the nation and say nice things, but I will look at the figures behind the nice things. So, yes, 1D, 1F. How many years now? You announced this policy before you came into office. You got into office as far back as 2017, okay? Up to 2020, another election. Now you are in 2022. You still can't tell me that as a result of my 1D, 1F program, I have created 200,000 jobs and given details so that we as a minority can then take it, break it down into constituencies, and then go and ascertain whether that reflects the situation.